Hey there, cats and kittens. It's Deb Cook from Still Kitty Productions, and I'm coming to you with episode 2 of the Cat's Meow. This week or month or whatever it is, we are interviewing Julianne Wright. And Julie, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are?
I'm Julianne Wright. I'm a piano-based singer-songwriter, and I'm a mom of 2 teenagers, and I'm a native Buckeye, and I'm a U2 fanatic. And I have a Greyhound.
And you do, yes. I met you like maybe 2-ish years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I know that it was during a time when I was coming back into the scene, and so you were kind of new to me when I came back into the scene. Mm-hmm. Now, you told me that you're a singer and songwriter from, like, when you were in kindergarten. How come I didn't know about you before 2 years ago?
Well, my song, Soup, I Love Soup, all open chords on my dad's guitar, did not make the Billboard charts, sadly, but here we are. And then while 1982's Roller Skate Champ was also not a hit in 6th grade, I continued, and I kind of took a break after high school because I did the parents' backup plan and went to school for 16 years teaching in public schools, and partially because, having choir arrangements and all these kid songs in my head, there's not a lot of space for creating your own songs. Mm-hmm. And then I had 2 kids, and then that's pretty much it. I don't know. And I should back up, because when I got married, and I was 28, all of my songs up to that point had been very Taylor Swifty, all about boys.
Okay.
Love, heartbreak, and I'm like, oh, well, I got the guy. What else to write about? I don't know. And then here come the kids. And then we transferred into Pittsburgh in 2010. I wasn't certified to teach here, so I took a year off. I was stay-at-home mom with my then 4-year-old daughter and a 6-year-old kiddo, son. And then I started kind of getting more into it. And just prior to the move, I had some brain surgery.
Okay.
And something about that sort of reminded me that, hey, when you were 13, you were going to open for Van Halen. What happened?
That's a pretty ambitious 13-year-old.
Yeah, and it's probably best for me that didn't work out. but yeah, so I went to recording school over that summer as we were moving. And so when I got back here, when Shelby was at preschool, I would spend a couple hours downstairs recording some demos and producing some things. And 2011 was my first open mic in the area. Okay. I had been doing solos, like opera solos, because the community symphony needs someone to sing on the Messiah in places that I had taught. I'd done that. I had a lot of performance experience, not so much performing my songs and accompanying myself, that whole thing. I hadn't played piano in 15 years probably. So you're more of a choir type of person. Right. Yeah, that was my thing in school.
Okay. And
I was a vocal major in college, and that's what I taught.
Yeah, because I'm more of a choir type of person. I think it takes, I don't know, I'm a little biased, I guess, but I think it takes a special ear and a special talent for someone to be able to effectively blend in a crowd or blend in a group. And I don't think that, I like soloists and all that, but I think there's just another set of skills that need to be obtained in order to be an effective choir member. So I'm going to go...
Well, I have one story about that.
I want to hear it, but I'm going to go...
Okay.
soprano 2.
Coloratura.
Am I right?
Soprano 1.
Oh, you're right.
Coloratura.
Hey, I was pretty close though. I'm like, but I bet you can hit those soprano 2 notes.
I used to be able to sing parts of the Queen of the Night aria.
Oh, cool. That's very cool. All right, you had a story about...
No, the whole blending.
Yes.
The dude, 6 foot tall, big guy, tenor, in Miles City, Montana, my first teaching job. The farm shop was right next to the choir room.
That's awesome.
Big belt buckles, giant, and here I am, I'm like 23 from like small town Ohio, but still I was like, whoa, what? Awesome people though, really, they took care of me. But this guy, he would have his top choir stand in a U, and they would sing Silent Night or something over and over again, and he would move people beside different people. Mm-hmm. And doing that changed the tuning and the sound.
Oh, yeah.
Just, I mean, who was next to who, and who's in your left? Yeah, I was...
My mom was the choir director of the church that I went to growing up, and my nan was the pianist and the organist, and my mom was, like, the pianist. So if the organist was playing, then my mom was the pianist. And then if we didn't have an organ part, my nan was the pianist. But, and then if we were really lucky and we used a cassette, then my nan got to sing alto. But my mom, she always had an open door policy. She didn't care if you could sing. She didn't care what kind of background you had. If you wanted to sing and you loved to sing, then you could be in the choir. But my mom could strategically place people and mics so that it sounded like we were like the highest paid choir that you could come across. So
that's a great director. That's
yes.
What you want.
So you had briefly flew past brain surgery, like like
I went to the store.
Then I
had some brain surgery. Then I went down to the sorry. Where did that come from? In-laws are from Buffalo, but I don't know where.
So, if you don't mind, or, if you feel comfortable, what was that?
Well, my brothers would tell you it was because a screw was loose, but no. When I was 7 months pregnant with my second kiddo, I had a grand mal seizure in my sleep. Now, if you want to freak out your spouse...
Have a grand mal seizure.
And anyway... So,
in case you don't know what that is, the grand mal seizure is the one that typically people associate seizures with. They're the ones with the shaking and the being unconscious and possibly wetting themselves.
And biting your tongue, as it turns out. It was very painful.
Yes.
And I thought I was being abducted. The poor EMTs are coming to my house. And I came to... as I'm being wheeled out of the house.
And you have no idea why.
I'm grabbing the door frame. Don't let them take me. Don't let them take. And John's freaking out, and the other guy's like, "This is normal. It's okay." And then finally they shut the doors, and I see like an ID tag on one of them. I'm like, "Okay, fine. Stick the IV in. Sure, whatever." But
you're like, "You seem legit."
Anyway, but after like a year, it would have been a couple years on really higher and higher doses of like anticonvulsants. I never had another one, never had one before, never had one since, but I was still getting auras.
You were pregnant.
I was pregnant at the time.
It's kids, they do it to you.
But I was getting some auras in years prior.
Okay.
That I just didn't go to the doctor because in case it was something bad, I didn't want to find out. Never do that. Go to the doctor. Anyway, but so...
It may be a brain thing.
Anyway, so this still wasn't working. I was still getting auras, and I'm like, I teach classes of children. People do not want someone teaching their children when that person is like, am I dreaming this or is this real? What's that funny smell? No, people don't like that. So we were like 70 miles from the Cleveland Clinic. 4 centimeters, gone. And now every bit of scatterbrained forgetfulness that I ever have,
you can blame on that.
I can blame on that. There is no statute of limitations.
Yes.
On that. But yeah, but it was also like it had removed the adulting callus that gets, like all the childhood dreams I wanted to do again. It was like, it really was almost emotionally and like
it's like a weight or like a lock breaking open kind of thing.
And for a while when I was recovering, I was hearing a half step higher in one ear than the other, which for a musician is awesome. Apparently that's a normal part of the hearing or the healing process. I didn't know this at the time. So, but if I wore earbuds, it would alleviate it a little bit. So
that would freak me out.
Yeah. So I loaded up the iPod, and I was playing the Joshua Tree. I haven't heard this album in years.
I love to travel to that CD.
It is perfect, especially out west. You could tell that's where they were when they were writing it. But it didn't sound. I was like, this doesn't sound dated. It doesn't sound like 80s music. I wonder what those guys are doing these days. So I Googled U-2. I know, take the fan club card there. But, yeah, and check things out. And then the whole back catalog from Achtung Baby to 2009.
Yeah.
I just listened to it all. And their songs, they were everywhere. I would go garage sailing. They'd be on the radio. John and I were walking by in Buffalo by the lakefront. Someone on a boombox had like a rare cover of a Woody Guthrie song that they had done on the boom, and I'm like, and because I'd already taken the deep dive into the fan club, I knew the song. I'm like, so anyway, that also, the brain surgery also led into not just the reawakening of the songwriter thing, but also into the obsession with YouTube. I was a fan in the 80s. Everybody was.
I mean,
but I had not thought about
I wasn't a fan
things.
in the 80s because I am a little bit younger than you. Just a little bit. But definitely late 90s. It was my jam.
There you go. That's okay. But yeah, and so semi-obsessed with those guys. And my dad used to think, he joked that there was a Bono chip, that the Cleveland Clinic had put a Bono chip in my brain when they did the brain surgery.
I'll take it.
But later on, there was a report of Bono being at some fundraiser in Las Vegas that benefited, in part, the Cleveland Clinic. So there was a Bono chip.
I mean...
Who's to say? I'm kidding.
We're not throwing out any conspiracy theories,
This is
but... I mean, she does like them a lot.
Direct all phone calls to Julie's dad. Anyway.
So yes, U2.
Love you, Dad.
U2. Yeah, there's something about the Joshua Tree when it's like a nice, not overly sunny, but like kind of like partly cloudy, and just driving on the open road, and it's just like you want to throw the sunroof open and just fly down the road. That's definitely one of my favorites. So, U2. Isn't there some sort of like convention thingy?
There's a YouTube conference. Yeah, actually, my obsession took place right when the first one was starting. So I went to the first one and the second one. But this last one was, they had one in October, a virtual one.
Okay.
And
you spoke at that?
I presented because for the first time they put out the call not just for academic papers and stuff, but to musicians, fan musicians, and do you have something to say about their influence on you or your songwriting or have you gone into social justice efforts because of the band and your songs reflect that? Or so yeah, I talked about a lot of ways that lyrical like themes come up in my lyrics sometimes that I have heard in theirs because when you have a favorite band, they're just all up there.
Right.
You don't think about it. It just by osmosis, some phrases.
Yeah, you end up saying a phrase that you know, like it's like picking up a phrase that your best friend says, kind of thing.
Right. And I spoke about like that. I played a video for a song called Summer Haze. It's one of those songs that I don't perform a lot, but it started out as a recorded track with a bunch of effects and things, so it's hard to perform live sometimes, But very dystopian.
Don't worry, I'll get you hooked up with a looper. You'll figure it out.
I actually just bought one the other day.
Did you really?
I did. I got the TC Helicon Voice Live 3, and I have all of Christmas break.
All right, so Dixie Duncan, you're a looper. You can give her some help. John Allen, Tony. Who's on my loopers? Look up Julie and give her some tips because she's starting new.
And I've been loopy for a long time. No,
Kelly Zulo, I know that you loop a little bit. And don't be offended if I forget your name. There's so many of you loopers that I love and adore. So I'm thinking of you if I forgot your name. I love you.
Thanks. Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to get anybody mad at you.
I know. But and the other one I brought up was the Let It Rain, the kind of immigrant prayer that
I like that one.
I talked about the Rice's Texas fundraiser that me and Alexis and Lindsay
Dragon, yes.
October of 2019.
So,
wait, November.
November? So for some of you that may have been there, this may be painful for you. And for some of you who weren't there, Julianne, who happens to be a singer-songwriter who sings with a keyboard, she got the full pint shut down for a noise complaint.
I've been told I have a big mouth.
I think it had something to do with the fact that we were doing a fundraiser for, what was it,
Rice's Texas, yeah.
Rice's Texas, and I am thinking possibly people didn't like that so much, or...
The world may never know.
Yeah, but Lindsay Dragon, she did pull through. She unplugged everything, stood in the middle of the room, and played for us afterwards. But unfortunately, the Liberty Tubes were not able to perform the next day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so watch out. She's trouble.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Biggest rule follower.
I know.
It's like I could have been wearing a suit and tie. I mean, very starched and.
You're like, my mom's a badass. I'm guessing your kids eye roll at you all the
well, these days they kind of stay in their room a lot because they're teenagers, but
well, that's when the eye roll comes at teenage years.
Yeah, they'll come back around when they have to start paying for stuff and adulting, but
True.
But it was funny when I did the birthday show,
Yes.
February 28th of 2020. I did a show.
I unfortunately was sick and couldn't make it. I was so not happy about that. And that was like the last opportunity, I think. Pretty much, there wasn't really much that happened after that. Because then everything got shut down, I think.
And it's weird because remember, like everything was scheduled that night.
Oh yeah, because
there were like 60 billion things going on.
Social Justice Disco was down in the main stage, and Liz actually gave me tickets so I could go to it, and I was gonna give tickets to Ken, and he got to the show, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'm sick.
Like, I'm with the band, really.
Like, I literally just threw those tickets away. Like, I finally just took them out of my wallet. But yeah, that was a crazy night, and there was I think Jeremy played.
Yeah,
Drew and Amy.
There were. I'm gonna forget people now. There was Sadie, Jeremy, Drew and Amy, Lindsay and the band were there. Ty Rescue was there, and I'm gonna forget somebody, I'm sure. But I'll have to, if you show me the poster, I can go through, but I have the whole thing's on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm not sure. It might still be unlisted. I had kept it as a subscriber special for my email list.
Okay. Don't worry. At the end, I'm gonna point like this, and we're gonna put your stuff there. So.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
But at that, we were talking about the kids and the eye rolling. At that show, I had my kids doing cameras for me, and my son's a video editor. He works part-time for some YouTuber doing mashups of his stuff.
Oh, nice.
So he's got some skills. And I said, can you edit the thing and do the breakdown and get all the... Wes had done the audio.
Okay.
He's like, could you... I'm like, do the lining up. I don't feel like dealing with it. So he did all that. But at the end of the show, we were doing a cover of Natalie Merchant tune. And at the end, I did the big rock and roll, like
Yes.
back to the Van Halen days. And afterwards we were talking about it, and my son's like, yeah, he's like, I'm watching them and thinking, dude, that's my mom. Like, what? Like, he was kind of half amazed and puzzled, because typically I don't do the rock star jumps,
Right,
at home when I'm saying get your homework done.
I mean, I wouldn't have pegged you as a, rock stance kind of person.
It's, there were days I mean, I took conducting class as an undergraduate and practiced to master puppets. So, I mean, there's a little
Okay.
There's a little bit of headbanger back,
So, have you heard it's I think it's the S&M album, where it's Metallica, but they're backed by, I think it's the San Francisco Orchestra.
Oh, I've heard some of it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Spotify that.
Okay.
It's really good. It's very interesting how it works together.
Well, it's classical music and metal have a lot. I mean, there's more in common than people think.
Right.
Like
right.
some of that Beethoven stuff. Anyway.
Yeah, I just got on to TikTok. I know I'm too old for TikTok, whatever. But there's this one guy that I watch, and he does songs that you don't think go together. And it's things like Britney Spears and Slipknot or whatever. Like, it's so crazy, and it works. And so, but yeah. So, what song are you going to play for us first?
I'm going to play a song called Following the Wind, which I can't play without smiling.
Okay.
I did a July song a day songwriting challenge over the summer, mostly out of COVID boredom, but I got 23 songs out of it, and probably 5-ish will be like in regular rotation.
Nice.
Some show up on an album I'm producing for hopefully 2021.
Yes.
So, but this is Following the Wind. I was sitting at my main piano, my main upstairs piano, which is at a window, and the oak tree, like the wind was blowing the leaves, and I'm like, I'll just start singing about this. So I just kind of improvised into my voice memo, and this is the song that came out. So here we go. I've always liked carnival rides, so whirl me away. 'Cause things can get dull round here. I don't always land in a place that fits like a glove. Being resourceful's a good thing to learn. Bum, 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 bum. So I'm following the wind, wherever that leads. I'm running with the leaves, floating with the... I'm gonna start that part again. Following the wind, wherever that leads. I'm running with the leaves, floating with the breeze. I go. Following the wind, wherever it blows. I don't know if I'm high or if I'm low. I just go. I could let go of control and be in the clouds. How would it feel like to be so free? Life doesn't promise that things will follow your plans. But after some time here, I have to agree. Bum, 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 bum. So I'm following the wind, wherever
Wow. I'm going to say that's a keeper.
I'm like, I don't know where that song came from, but I like it a lot.
Such a good song. That definitely needs to be recorded.
And the irony is I'm a control freak. It's like the me I wish I could be, out there with the leaves. And
to be honest with you, I think COVID helped me be able to not be so rigid and not so structured, and to trust a little bit in the creator who created me and that I'm going to be okay. It's still difficult, but...
I know, I was like, could I just get a hint?
Yes.
Could I get a hint? Or validation that this is the right... Anyway, okay. Tangent. Oh my gosh.
What's next?
Well, what's next? As I said, I'm a mom, and my part-time job right now is I teach kinder music, which is like Moms and Me, and so I have a kind of a passion now for encouraging young moms, especially first-time moms. My kids are teenagers. This is normal, and kind of just lifting them up a little bit. But in that spirit, this is a song I wrote for my kids and for people who have influence in children's lives, how we can kind of help each other. So anyway, this is Pick Yourself Up. Pick yourself up. Pick yourself up. Dust yourself off. The bright lights are up ahead. Don't show them your fear. Don't show them your pain. Don't show that you hear. na na na, na 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 na.
Yeah. You actually did give me goosebumps on that song, just so you know. But you're talking about you work with kids and you have 2 teenagers, which I find hard to believe because I don't think that you should have 2 teenagers.
On account of I look so young.
Exactly. But and people may not know that you actually turned 50 this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she does not look 50, like, at all.
That was the whole showcase concert was me pushing back against that. I'm gonna celebrate this. You can't stop me.
You know what? I did a huge celebration for my 40th, and I'm quite proud of that. Actually, I think I had like 18 musical guests come and perform for me.
Perfect. And I see what you're doing here. See, now you're getting like concerts.
Yeah.
See, I'm on to you. I'm on to you.
I mean, I try.
Yeah.
I try.
And hi, Ginger. I heard jingling.
Yes.
I'm like, what is she getting some out of her purse? What's that sound? And I'm like, it's my dog.
The cutest greyhound puppy, and she is so well behaved. And
she's retired.
She's retired.
She won a few races once, but.
So she's like.
We got her from Three Rivers Greyhounds.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like. It's even more than just, I adopted a dog. Like,
I adopted a trained athlete. But it's funny because since everybody, or since the racing dogs are so used to being handled and the vets love her, everyone loves her because she'll sit there and let you clip her nails. And she
she's used to it.
Yeah, she's like, whatever, fine. But
But
doesn't bark.
But she is super cute and super cuddly and super soft, and I'm kind of in love with her. So
I'm gonna check when you leave, make sure she's still here.
I mean, I really don't have room for her. I do have a very small car, so
She fits in the back of John's Prius, just saying. But
then she might end up.
I mean, no, she doesn't fit there. She doesn't fit there.
I mean, although like my cat would probably terrorize her.
Maybe.
Yeah, just because
It depends. Well, I wrote one that my creative friends seem to like, and plus it's ukulele, and I know 4 chords on the ukulele.
That is 4 more than I know.
Anyway, why am I still hitting the sustain pedal with my foot? I don't know. Oh, that doesn't work with the ukulele. But anyway, this is an ode to imposter syndrome, and I think that's why all my creative friends dig this song, is because I'm on again, off again in my brain, and like when I'm on again, I try to schedule things far in advance and really push forward, because then I'm going to want to hide in my basement and not see people for a while.
Yes.
Because, I realize what I've done. I'm successful. Scary.
Maybe that's what I have. I thought it was an ADHD thing.
I think they may be interrelated.
Yeah, so something like, I watched, I know, don't get your advice from TikTok, but anyways, I watched this one therapist who actually works with ADHD, but he has ADHD. And he says that one of the things that happens when we have big projects is that we put so much energy into it that when it's over, we basically collapse and we're done. And everything would be fine if we would just let our body rejuvenate. But then we get down on ourselves for not doing anything. So I found some tips that were, on your day off, just do 3 things that take less than 10 minutes, and then that way you'll feel accomplished and still rest. So that's my wisdom that I got from a TikTok guy. I can't remember his name. I'll put his information up later, but I like him and he's helping me. There we go.
Health tips with Deb.
Health tips with Deb.
Thank you. That was. Now that we're back from those messages, we're not.
That's probably all getting edited out. Don't worry about it.
I like it. Anyway, okay, so this is one step forward. Oh, I don't know what the first words are now. Oh, there's no line. The things that I like is always one step forward and 2 steps back. A lot of psychology ratchet. There's no hiding the things that I lack. It's always one step forward and two steps back. But I'ma keep singing as a matter of fact. I'm singing one step forward, one step forward and two steps back.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cleveland.
Anyway, it cracks me up because the couple of times I've played that, it always gets such a huge reaction. I think it's just, people relate to the lyrics, but
Yes.
it's just a goofy novelty song, really, almost.
You know what? I think everybody needs one, And, I feel like imposter syndrome is something that I have come across, not so much in me, like I haven't really delved into myself on that one yet. I have other things I'm delving into. But I feel like in the artistic community, whether it's music or visual art or even like theater, like most of the people that I know, they struggle with imposter syndrome. So maybe someone who might know it a little bit better and understand it a little bit better than what I might be able to say, could you tell the folks out there what exactly that entails-ish?
I don't know, for me, it's sort of like if I am successful in some way with the song or whatever, I start to feel undeserving, or there's actually a quote from Paul McCartney, paraphrasing, where he says something to the effect of, I'm living every day with like the fear that they're going to figure out it's all really crap or something like that.
Right,
and I'm like, and that's sort of what it's like. It's like when I write a song, I am in love with it.
Yes.
Well, if I keep playing it, I'm in love with it. And so yeah, and then, but people agree and you start to, I think there's only so much joy you can feel about a thing before you start, your brain goes, caution, it could all go away. Your brain tries to protect yourself with these thoughts, and it's sort of, I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. This should not be mistaken for advice.
We do not give advice. We would be the worst people to give advice. I would be the worst person to give advice.
If my kids in there, you didn't hear that. Mom is good, but everyone else.
She's great. She's She's got the mom thing down. I'm still like, what is that? Lady McNo Kids. Did you ever see that post?
No, but you are the cool aunt. So you got a toe in there. Yeah.
But there's this like post, and it's like this old timey drawing, and it's like this lady with her underpants and a top hat, and there's like this like family or whatever, and it's like Lady McNo Kids or something like that. It's like, I think I will follow this goose today. And I'm like, you're not wrong. I could follow a goose if I wanted to.
Really?
For some reason, I feel like it was Eric George that not pressured isn't quite the word, but convinced you or kept trying to convince you to be a, what is that, band member for Acoustic
house
Cafe?
band, yeah.
House band.
That's true.
I mean, he is a little slutty, but we love him.
He's a little pushy, but that's okay.
We love you, Eric George. I miss you.
Yes. Glad you did that, because we talked about imposter syndrome. I view myself as a singer who fakes piano well enough to accompany herself, kind of thing. So to play piano
for someone else,
where the chords
and you don't know what they're gonna play.
So yeah, but it's huge learning experience first of all, and I was getting kind of good at it. And then
you were getting good at it.
So watch out, 2021.
Didn't I request you? Weren't you in my house band?
Could be.
I'm thinking because I had an all-girl house band once.
Oh, that's totally possible.
Or twice, or almost all the time.
One.
I'm sorry, but girls rock in music, and they don't get the exposure that they deserve. There.
We said it.
We've already heard that you love U2. But I feel like there are a few more stories, or at least one more big story about your favorite band.
Yeah, and it's not just the license plate, the U2 Diva license plate. My husband loves taking that one to Home Depot. Apparently the Diva was the problem. Anyway, but I was, there was a website at U2, they just recently closed, but they were one of the most popular fan sites. I was active there. They were having a fan party in New York City during the 2018 tour. They were playing Madison Square Garden, like 8 shows. I had to go to this fan party. I'm like, this sounds like so much fun. Some club in New York. Sure, why not? So sister takes the overnight megabus.
Right.
Walks to Times Square, meets a friend in like some like capsule hotel that had just opened. I'm so trendy, I don't even know.
Yes.
Yeah, no. But anyway, trying to keep up with my friend's 25-year-old son walking through Central Park. Anyway, we go to the fan club party and they have a tribute band scheduled. And so we're all there. Tribute band comes up and, cheering. And then also people freak out because Dallas Shue, who is the Edge's guitar tech, like a celebrity in his own right, was on stage. And like, whoa, Dallas is here. This is so great. He's such a... So people are freaking out and the band starts playing Where the Streets Have No Name, which is like the centerpiece of any U2 concert.
Yeah.
And out walks the Edge onto the stage with the tribute band, and out walks Adam Clayton. The other, no Bono, no Larry, but pandemonium. There's YouTube video of this. It was like 300 people, and the club was about that size, and that's
basically like,
it's like seeing them at the Fun House or something. They walk out. What? People are freaking out. And the tribute band did not know this was going to happen either. So now you got tribute band Bono and tribute band Larry who are like, I'm totally playing the song. It's fine. I'm playing the song. I'm going to sing. And Bono does all like the Bono things. He's back to back with the Edge. And I don't know if his sister would have done as well. But it's okay.
Gosh. That's awesome. So Julie wanted to make mention to the fact that her kitchen is actually under construction right now, and some musician people that we know, they actually have helped you with like the demo and stuff. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it's good to know musicians. But yeah, we needed some help pulling out the old cabinets and creating the shelving up there, putting in some floors. And so my buddy Dave Dickinson of Dave Dickinson Contracting has helped me out a lot with, look at these shelves. They're awesome.
I could tell right away that was Dave Dickinson work.
You see?
Yeah.
His reputation precedes him.
Yep.
but there's still some work to be done, but it was fun, and I loved working with someone that I know.
Yes.
Because I don't know construction people, so that helped. And it's also just kind of fun that little bits of my musician friends are in my new kitchen. It just gives it a cool energy.
Because so not only was Dave here, but Jeremy Kaywood and Nikki Bacon, they were here. And so like, it's kind of like having your own little music squad in.
It was a little bit like an Acoustic Cafe mini reunion.
I'm kind of jealous of that. I miss everyone.
There was some whistling in I don't know, I had to work some of it. The fun part was too, or one of the fun parts, when they were laying the floors, I had to teach preschoolers downstairs on Zoom. Okay. So I'm doing warm-ups, so they're up here doing the floor, and I'm like, like that, warming up. And sorry, Wes. And I'm down there, okay, everybody, let's walk it to the beat, that's what, and they're like hearing this whole thing. I don't know. Apparently it was entertaining, but I'm just down there.
I think Dave kind of understands, having Teddy around, I know that I would watch Teddy, and some of the songs are still stuck in my head. Yeah. I was somewhere, I think it was over at my niece's, and they were playing the song, and I was like, oh my gosh, I heard that like 12 million times over at Dave and Katie's house. Mm-hmm. It was, the bees go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The bees, see? Mm-hmm. I remember this.
That's funny.
But, so you actually, you did not take this opportunity to play your new holiday song, but we want to point you in the direction of a new holiday song that you just wrote.
Yeah, I wrote a song. I actually wrote it in July. Part of the
Awesome.
part of the July songwriting challenge, and
Christmas in July?
and I had it. It's a holiday song for 2020. It's called "Things Are Different This Year."
Yes.
It's like a 50s shoe bop. Sha la la la, ooh sha la la la. It's fun, but as I was saying, I wrote it sort of as I was recording it, and I recorded it in such a way that there's pretty much no way I can play it live.
She would need maybe 3 or 4 other hands.
Something
like that. Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, so I want to thank you so much for being our second guest. I'm going to do the pointy thing, and Wes, how am I doing?
You doing good?
All right, so we're going to put all of her information right in this little area, so you can check out the new holiday song. You're on all the different places, and
Yeah, all the different places.
so we'll put that right here. I want to thank Wes. Hi, Wes. I was not mean this time. I did not turn this one around. He did this himself because that way it's actually right and not a big mess. But I wanted to thank you, and I want to thank everybody who has come on this journey with us. And if you are interested in being interviewed, please contact me via the Steel Kitty Facebook page, or if you know me, just text me, because that's how we do. So, but awesome, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
this was fun.
hopefully we're gonna have an episode number 3 for you, so don't forget to do the things, like and subscribe. These are my things. I'm gonna put my things here. This is where you can find me. And so like and subscribe so you can be notified of when we post a new episode. Thanks so much. All right, bye.